September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. I filled it to the top, but I left out enough where it wouldn't overflowed with the lid on.
A lot. I just flooded the refrigerators to bit.
Sorry. Well, I won't be here tomorrow, so I won't be able to do that again, I guess.
Yeah, usually I do, but I just hold it because, one, I'm catching my strength, two, that makes it so I
Well, I guess this is it.
dump water.
That would have been a better picture to have in his office. Yeah. Look at that picture. So much better than that weird creature.
It was a fisherman.
Or a hunter, I don't know which.
It was a fisherman.
Are we 100% sure though?
I'm pretty sure.
'Cause that's what he thinks it is. It doesn't necessarily say. That's what Phoenix says that he thinks it is. One way or another, the case gets decided today.
Ah, Phoenix, look.
Ba 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 ba. Prosecutor Edgeworth. What was his name again?
Pretentious European.
I received a call from the chief prosecutor's office yesterday. Yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Little nasally.
I think that works for him.
I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. He has some money in the pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story? I'll do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. She said, why?
How can you torment an innocent person like this?
Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who's guilty and who is innocent. All I can hope to do is get a defendant to declare guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed.
Huh? Phoenix, you know him?
Yes, apparently.
Apparently.
Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix?
Well, court will be starting soon.
What? But wait. Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not...
That's the thing. I'll be defending myself.
What?
Oh, I wish we could have had that on this. Wow. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. September 9th, 10 a.m., District Courtroom number 1.
Showtime.
Slamhammer. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defendant is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending my own case. Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear in court, today we'll hear the testimony and witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why.
No, White's leaning on everybody.
If I'm going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Objection. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time I thought Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court.
Bum, 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 bum. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Blink, blink.
And then he bows. Because why not?
Great. He gets to show off, and I get nowhere.
I'd like to call Mr. Red White to the stand.
What's a better voice for him, Edgeworth?
I think maybe back off on the nasaliness.
Please state your full name.
You wish to know my title of my personage? Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locunctious confuse?
Name.
These two are great together. They must be lovers.
No.
My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nico. I am the CEO, or used to be more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were the one at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there. Ahem. Why tell you what you already know?
Smooth.
Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony.
If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing?
Bing, bing, bing. No one bites the dust. Him against the world, or him against the court. Ho, ho, ho. To check out his weirdness. I hope I made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer.
Let him have it, Phoenix.
Witness account. Let's see. It was about 9, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah. So far, you haven't said anything weird.
I was quietly that's reading to you some papers by the window. Can I object or no?
I mean, right now we're just listening to what he has to say, then you can cross-examine.
Okay. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside.
For once, that's a real word.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what's a bedlam?
A commotion.
Okay. Surprised, I turned to look across the way. And I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Let me describe in great detail of how she looked as she was terrified. And no, apparently. While I was not seen with that woman afterwards at 9, which he was not seen, Bellboy can testify that he was not there after 9.
To be fair, we didn't get much on whether the man... We didn't get much out of the bellboy other than the fact that the man was staying with Miss May.
Needless to say, the man was none other than Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Wait, that doesn't make any sense, though.
What?
Who was he chasing before her, then? He's basically saying there was someone else involved, too.
No, he's like... I don't know. I guess.
Like how he's phrasing it makes it sound like there's another person there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's kind of trying to phrase it like he looked down and saw Phoenix chasing her, and then there was a terrible impaction, which is again not a real word.
Terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testified, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. Can I object? Or will I get in trouble?
You can press all you want. You can't actually object unless you've got evidence.
Okay. If I present, will it actually say I'm presenting? Or can I just look?
Yeah, if you present that's showing evidence and objecting. If you press, you're just asking him to elaborate.
How do you know what time? Because I'm always absolutely perfect, you know. No, you're not getting with that. So mistrusting or similar. So, what was the proper term for a secretary again? Anyway, Miss May ordered room service for 9. It happened soon after the room service arrived. That's what Miss May said too. True, the bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May, but he testified that he did not see you at that time. This is your concern? Silly lawyer, Miss May received the coffee outside the room. Of course he could not see me. He would need X-ray vision to pull something like that off. Tell us, what were you doing at the time? I was quietly conversing her. That's when you say reading papers by the window. Can I press and continue to press, or will I get in trouble?
You do not get in trouble for pressing.
Okay. By the window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Co.'s law's office? Correct. That's the only window, you see. And there you're reading papers? Correct. The Gatewater is a business hotel, and I'm a very busy man who had business to do. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. A bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned and looked across the way. So you're reading your paper until you heard that sound? But of course, I am no snoop peeping out from windows at night. No snoop. Yeah, you made a career of that.
Too bad we can't raise an objection on that.
That's when I saw him, a spiky head attacking a long-haired woman. Spiky hair? That's all? Needless to say, the man was none other than you. What you just said conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Creepy.
Sparkly.
Count both eyes. Counting both eyes. 40. 40? Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good, regardless of his counting. Whose side are you on, Judge? And what did you do then? I called Miss May over at once. She too was surprised, of course. What was Miss May doing at the time? She just finished watching her soap operas on TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Fay and office phone?
We just went a direction.
Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of the paid woman. You make a good politician, Mr. White. Ho ho, I know. After all, I am el presidente. Please continue. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little bit more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Please tell me in specific detail of how you killed her. Of course! Comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure?
I think Edgeworth sees where we're gonna go with this.
As you know, I'm always positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. You ran left and you gave chase. Are you sure about that? How many times must I say it? So what's about that? I'm absolutely positively perfect. End of story.
Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as a little odd?
Yep.
Yeah, like too specific.
Yeah, like, how do you look at the court record again? I guess try the minus button? That wasn't it. Oh my goodness, my thing.
Ran to the right.
Well, that's definitely a
I'm
contradiction.
gonna present it.
Yeah.
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see any contradicting. Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations. I missed the opportunity to
I
say
think you presented it on the wrong statement.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Oops, that didn't go so well. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Victim ran to the left, and I saw the
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, I think you presented the right thing. I think you're supposed to present it over here. There we go.
Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left. But that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right, meaning it was from your perspective. Oh, it's simple. You misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here. K for killer. And the victim here. The victim ran toward the left as you claimed she did. She would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Oh, that's a more appropriate face.
That's a great face.
That actually looks more natural on his face. If that was just on his face, then it would just look less weird than his current one. Very strange. Wow, we finally get a reaction. I did see her run to the left. I did.
Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one.
For once.
True. Smiles. Maybe you really did see the victim run to the left? He's the one who killed her. Like, when you're a mirrored image, that's the direction. So he did witness the killing? No, he did the killing. Wait a second. Are you getting it? Mr. Wright, yes. Your Honor, Miss Mason says right, and Miss White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both are right.
Yeah, they're both telling the truth.
Both witnesses are telling the truth.
For
For
once. I'm so glad we agree.
Ha, I doubt it. Or rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he's not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he's not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law office of Fay & Co., of course. What? More specifically, he was standing there. Time to show the crime where Mr. Wright was standing.
Well, yeah.
Present?
Yep. Take that.
This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran to the door, if he was watching from this point, it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, there's no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing.
Well, you said it, not me, Edgeworth.
Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallions! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched.
Distortion.
Ho, ho, ho. You provide us with such entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear. As for this, I apologize. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your reserved testimony. Good luck. You can fix this broken testimony, buddy. She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. And then you hit her savagely. That's what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer?
No.
For the record. But she was caught and struck. That also contradicts with the testimony.
I mean, technically it doesn't contradict Miss May's testimony, but technically.
What does this to me? That does seem to make sense. Will you cross-examine the witness testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. She ran to the left. What do you mean by that? That's what I'm about to explain. You Americans always so impatient. It does not become you. Hey, buddy, you're an American too. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. First from the left. What do you mean first? First, that comes before what happens next. You do speak English, right?
I do, I'm not sure you do, though.
I'm sure it's simple words for you, miss. First you went to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That's what I saw. I didn't hit anyone.
Phoenix!
Oh no, Mr. Wright, there's no point in hiding it from the court. I'm not hiding anything.
Phoenix.
Prosecution requests your defendant refrain from interrupting the testimony. No!
Why is he mad at me?
Next to the last of Shank, she ran to the right. Can I? That's how I.
I mean, this wouldn't, like, if everyone wasn't against you all the time, it would take some of the fun out of the game.
Stop saying. No. Okay, I'm saving. Continue. Okay, I'm saving.
I also want to do your video. You're up to 25 minutes.